So it's now been slightly over 2 days since the Commander Rules Committee announced this surprise banning for Commander with Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, Nadu and Dockside out of the format, banned from the format. And normally I don't do these kind of videos, like I don't react to news, or I don't post news or jump on the bandwagon, that kind of thing. And obviously I'm very late to this party, like everyone's been doing it for the past 2 days. But this time I did want to get my thoughts down somewhere. Firstly, because I actually gave some feedback to the rules committee. Like, I know some of the people, I've met them in person, and I received a survey where I recommended that they ban Thassa's Oracle and they unban Sway of the Stars. And I thought that was a pretty good recommendation because Thassa's Oracle to me is quite similar to some of the bannings on the list right now, like Coalition Victory and things like Biorhythm or something else that just wins the game, makes for an unfun play experience. Basically, my recommendations were based on what I thought the governing philosophy of Commander was. These bannings to me feel more like they're just based on power level of the cards, because these are powerful cards. Mana Crypt is powerful, Jeweled Lotus is powerful, Dockside is powerful. Nadu I think is based on the philosophy of like unfun play experiences. That's why they banned it, and yeah, sure, I mean, I don't really see anyone who's upset with that. Like, it feels to me like a lot of people are more upset about the fact that, Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, Dockside, they represent not just financial value, but they represent the past 1+ years of reprints from Wizards, that some of these cards were chase rares. Some of these cards were marketed to players as, hey, buy this pack so that you can get this super shiny version of this card, like Mana Crypt in the Ixalan packs, that kind of thing. It's horrible. It's horrible for people who actually spend a lot of money trying to get these cards. It's also horrible for stores, for sellers, and I empathize with those people. I know people who work in game shops. But these bannings, overall, for me, as a casual player, I do think it is healthy for the format. And, that's where I want to get into this comparison with the Mana Crypt and this Forest Bear. Because I've spent a lot of time trying to get this Forest Bear. I've wanted this Forest Bear since I built a Raxa deck in Strixhaven, and it was like a bear, vanilla creatures kind of deck, and I just couldn't find one until recently. And that's also where the sponsor of this video comes in, CardTrader. CardTrader have been a sponsor of this channel for a while, and this is where I got my Forest Bear from. Having used their service, I do think that their CardTrader Zero service is amazing. You can just click all the cards you want and then have them store it at their warehouse and send it to you in one envelope. I use their service to essentially pick up all these obscure cards that I couldn't really find in Singapore, which were mostly bears because I was building a bear deck. And it's really easy to find cards on the website. You just type in the name and they show you the whole list of sellers with the card in their inventory. You can see if it's foil, you can see what condition it's in, what language it's in. And once you have everything in your cart, they also have a bunch of ways to optimize it. Whether you want just the cheapest option, whether you want all of them to be shipped as quickly as possible. So they have a bunch of ways to make sure you always have the best option for what you're looking for. So for me, I use their CardTrader Zero service, and it actually took a couple of weeks for some of the cards to reach the warehouse. So it's really a service if you're not in a rush, I would say. And unfortunately, shipping to Singapore was really expensive as well. So I do hope that they look into that. But when I finally received my cards, everything was super well packaged. They actually checked the condition of the cards at their warehouse to make sure that they are in the condition that they were specified in. All the cards were packed nicely, and overall the process was just really smooth. So yeah, I was really happy to finally get my hands on this Forest Bear. And that's where I want to talk about the difference in how we have fun playing Commander. Because I think of myself as a very casual player. Honestly, I play Magic just to sit down with my friends and catch up and see how many bears I can get on the table, or how big my bears can get. So I have this thing now where winning is my third priority in a game of Commander. Like, my first priority is making sure that everyone on the table has fun. And then when we're recording a game, my second priority is making sure the viewers understand what's happening during the game. And then my third priority is actually trying to win the game. And in my casual games, when I just play with friends, winning is also just not my first priority. I just want my deck to do what I built it to do. People who enjoy playing Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, Dockside, I think they derive their fun from playing these expensive, powerful cards because it makes them feel good, right? It makes their deck work. It makes their deck do powerful things faster than other decks at the table. It helps them win. You know, maybe winning for them is what is fun. And I mean, I think that's why CEDH exists, competitive EDH, because people derive fun from winning and doing broken things. And that's where I think that this incident really shows the divide in the Commander community right now. You know, there's people who just are here for the fun meme stuff, and sometimes, you know, you want to throw in a Mana Crypt in there to make your deck go faster. And then there's people who just have fun playing with these broken cards, with these broken strategies, powerful cards, and trying to win the game at all costs. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that we all derive our fun in different ways. And unfortunately for the people who have fun playing these cards that push them ahead of the game, you might say that it's fair if everyone in the pod runs Mana Crypt, runs Jeweled Lotus, you know, Soul Ring. Everyone has Soul Ring, right? But then to me, it becomes a game about who draws those cards first. If everyone has a Soul Ring in their deck, but only one person draws it, then it's gonna be, the game is usually skewed around that person. Like, the guy with the Soul Ring just becomes the arch enemy because he's essentially ahead by 2 turns. And then if 2 people draw their Soul Rings, then, you know, it's going to be unbalanced. 2 people, they're going to kind of be 1v1, and the other 2 are going to be the supporting characters in a sense. Yeah, on that note, I do think Soul Ring should have been banned as well. Like, if they're going to ban Mana Crypt, they should just ban Soul Ring as well. Soul Ring is almost equally busted as Mana Crypt. It's just unfair, and it warps the game around that one card. And it's so homogeneous. It's in every single deck. It's in every single precon. It's boring. Like, they need a new design to replace Soul Ring. But anyway, yeah, we all derive our fun in different ways. Unfortunately, I've also seen a lot of negative comments going at people, going at Wizards, you know, blaming them for designing these cards, printing cards for Commander, blaming the RC for banning these cards. Sure, you know, you can blame people or you can do whatever you want, but I do believe that all of these people are just trying to make this format better in their own vision, right? So we all have a slightly different version of Commander that we'd like it to be. I honestly don't think that there is a resolution that will appease everyone, right? You can't satisfy everyone. But moving forward, I do think that both the Commander Rules Committee and Wizards have learned something from this backlash to the bannings, and I do think that it will improve in terms of communication in the future and in terms of what Wizards actually prints and how they market products to people. Hopefully something changes, because I do know, you know, I do see people just saying that they're going to quit Magic, they're going to leave Commander, they're selling their collections, and people who have maybe just bought into all these cards a couple months ago and they just haven't maybe gotten the value out of it that they thought they would have, which is all very saddening, I think, as a whole. I think that's essentially my thoughts on these bannings. It came as a big surprise to me as well. I just spent almost a whole day just reading comments. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. What did you think? How does it affect you? Do you agree with me? Like, is there this divide in the community? And yeah, let's have a discourse about it down in the comment section. And of course, a big thanks once again to CardTrader for sponsoring this video. If you want to get some cards to replace the cards that you're taking out of your decks, go check them out. The website is really great, really easy to use. And of course, if you want to sell cards, you can sell cards on their platform as well. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.